That is not what we desire. So praise Almighty God Allah. Here in Temple number 11, we have a children's Sunday school. And we have put in place a transitional Sunday school. Because oftentimes, you know, our babies can get used to a certain atmosphere. You say, well, young brother, young sister, you ready to come downstairs? Oh, no, I'm not ready to come downstairs. Because this can appear a little overwhelming. We understand that. Islam? So we can imagine how our babies feel. So we develop a transition children's Sunday school for the children that are a little bit older so they can engage in a discussion that's appropriate to their particular age range. Islam? The bottom line, we're going to try everything within principle to make sure that we are winning this war, because we are at war for the hearts and minds of our babies. A tug of war between us pulling them towards the prophet and the dunya, or the cares of the world pulling them in the opposite direction. So we have to really get strong, because the pull or the tug of the cares of the world is very strong. Jesus said, my lower self is strong. By many ties I'm bound down to carnal life. So you can only imagine with us in the tug that we feel from Asia or the cares of the world. So we have to be extremely strong to pull them in the direction of earthly and divine salvation. Moorish. So all of this came about because of the discussion in regards to what can we do to provide protection for our babies, and provide an atmosphere that is amiable to our babies so that they are excited about the Moorish divine and national movement. The bottom line, how can we save our children? That's what this lesson is about. Islam Moorish. So, yeah, this for us. Praise be to Almighty God Allah. This for us. But also, I wanted the chairman to document the lesson, because I am also speaking to the young and the yet unborn generations. Because in order to save our children, it's something that we got to do ourselves first and foremost. Which is why I let you know as a preparation last week that we're going to be having a mature discussion. We're going to be talking about certain topics. So I want to be clear. If you do not desire for your children to be down here in this discussion, especially when we're talking about coitus or intimate relations between husband and wife, please take your children to the children's Sunday school. Okay? Please take them upstairs to the children's Sunday school. You all right? Coitus, intimacy, physical intimacy between a husband and a wife. Islam? Everybody know what I'm talking about? Yes. All right. I want to be clear. All right. So, when it comes to our children, when it comes to our babies, praise Allah for them. But before we even entertain the thought of bringing forth a child, you got to know who you are. You got to study yourself. You have to know what you are. You have to know whose you are. Islam Moorish? All of these things we got to know. So first and foremost, one of the first things that we learn upon opening up the sacred literature is who man is, or what man is. We are taught inside of our sacred literature that man is spirit and a part of Almighty God alone. Rudimentary spirit. I want to be clear. All right. When I say rudimentary spirit, I'm talking about a seed that has to develop or unfold to reach reach its fullest potential. That is what we are. The Quran says, behold, a part of Allah himself within thee. Islam? So when we say we're spirit, another word for spirit is thought. We exist as a thought of Almighty God. And just to give some more information about the spirit and what the spirit is, okay? In Arabic, spirit is ruah. Is related to the Hebrew ruach, which literally means a traveler who follows a prescribed path. Islam moves. That's what we are. We're travelers. Okay? We're spiritual beings gaining a human experience. So, man is spirit. But creative fate gave to spirit man a body of soul that he might function on the plane of soul. The soul is finite. The spirit is infinite. It is that which cannot be circumscribed. The spirit is not subjected to time. For the things that are concerned with time begin and end. Islam? Time is that which is measured by way of intervals. The spirit cannot be measured. Okay? The soul is finite. The soul is subject to time. And time is a means by which consciousness is measured. Islam moves. If I say anything that you do not comprehend, you don't understand, I encourage you, I implore you, please show the side of Islam so we can clear it up for you. I don't want to just be talking just to be talking. I desire for the knowledge to be translated into wisdom so you can be what you know. You can't be what you know if you don't comprehend the information. Islam? So, the soul is a product of the soil of soul because Allah took the seed, spirit. Allah threw it forth into the soil of soul and it grew apace and man became a living soul. The soul gives man the illusion of his personal individuality. And I say the illusion because we're not alone. Every living thing is bound by cords to every other living thing. But the soul allows for you to gain a meaningful experience, being perfected by what you suffer on the plane of manifest and on the plane of soul. Islam? All right. Now, creative faith from the soul plane. Creative faith gave to soul a body of flesh that he might function on the plane of things made manifest. Okay? I opened up reading from the chapter Know Thyself for a reason. Okay? Because if you want to raise your thoughts to infinite wisdom, if you want to see omnipotence displayed before you, you have to contemplate your frame. Your frame are the essential parts of you that makes you who you are. Islam Moorish. So a part of contemplating your frame, you have to contemplate your fleshy part, your soul which resides in the brain, as well as your spirit. All of these things you have to lend proper thought to. Islam? So right now, we're in the physical. We're on a manifest. And I promise you, brothers and sisters, if you get this lesson right here, this lesson right here is life-changing. Okay? It's gonna reveal to you a lot of things, the reason why things are the way they are in regards to our life sums. Islam? So, we're on the plane of things made manifest. Okay? You gotta think about who are we, what are we composed of. This Quran is a book of science. This is a science manual that we have right here. So many different levels, degrees, or fields of science are composed in this book. For example, we go through the questionnaire, we ask those questions: how many days in creation, how many days in the circle? According to science, how many days in a year? 7 days. That is the science of chronobiology that's also demonstrated inside of the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Islam Moorish. So I'm going to be talking some science in this lesson that we're going to go over. I don't know how long the lesson is going to last, because in my mind, I'm just going to get it over in one meeting. But we know it doesn't always happen like that. Allah is the best to know us. Allah is the best to plan. So however long we got to get through the lesson, oh, we're going to get through this lesson. Islam Moorish. Oh yeah, we're going to get through this lesson right here. So right now we're in the physical. The body of flesh. We got to know about that. Especially talking about making babies. If you want a child, we do things haphazardly. This is why I'm of the position, firm position, that you want children, you need to go through training first to prepare your mind to produce that child. We are so unaware. We make babies and make babies. Oh, I want a child. I want children. Why do you want children? Why? Do you know the enormous responsibility that comes along with producing that child? We are at fault with producing damaged children, which translate into damaged adults. We wonder, why are we in the state that we are in right now? Why we act so crazy? All right. We haven't been trained properly. We're dealing with a lot of people. My field that I work in is IDD, intellectual developmental disability. And taking medication, especially in our community, is a stigma. Look down on nobody that take medication. You take medication, take your medication, Mom. That's right. Get right. This is not a cult. Whereas we're going to say, oh, stop taking medication, Mo. Just pray on it. Allah going to make it better. That's cult-like behavior. That's not what we are about. But in our community in particular, we have a lot of people who are walking around undiagnosed. My clients are diagnosed, but a lot of our people are undiagnosed. We are walking around witnessing underdeveloped brains. And if your brain is underdeveloped, you're not mature in various aspects of life. There's a psychological immaturity. There is an emotional immaturity. So much so, we talk about emotionalism, okay? Especially in brothers, with that estrogen demonstration. They think we're talking about brothers that act feminine. No, we're not. We're talking about brothers who have no control over their emotions. So much so, the littlest thing, they want to fight. That's emotionalism. Okay? So, what we're going over right here, right now, it's no joke. It's real and it's needed. Okay? So before we even get to the babies, we got to go within and study ourselves. Okay? The flesh itself is composed of tissues and organs. Tissues and organs are composed of cells. Cells are composed of molecules. Molecules are composed of atoms. Okay? Amino acids are the building blocks of life. Amino acids form proteins, and these proteins come together to form cells. Okay?